get started on our next tutorial video on the Pfaff Creative Icon 2, I'm going to ask you, when was the last time you changed your needle and cleaned out underneath your throat plate? You know, if you're having any weird stitches, some breaking of threads, that's the only thing you really need to do with this machine. Keep a new needle in that machine and then get down underneath the throat plate and underneath the bobbin case and clean it out. We do have a video, we'll link right up here too, for cleaning and maintenance of your machine in between projects and how often you should do those. So in this video, we're going to talk zippers and the number 4 zipper foot. Now this is one foot I do find people sometimes put on upside down. Because it's kind of small, it sometimes confuses people. So first off, if you just look for the number 4, and if you can see the number 4 on the front of the foot, it is facing you correctly. Next, you're going to see that it has kind of these 3 little points. Now, they don't really connect to anything, but you know what it does do is that is where the Pfaff dual feed is going to come in when it's attached to the left side or the right side of the foot. Now with this new machine, if you do happen to put this foot on backwards, meaning with those tritons facing towards you and the 4 upside down, this machine will actually recognize the foot is upside down. So here, I'm actually going to show you because it's pretty cool. And you should be kind of watching here at all times when you are changing presser feet. So I'm going to go ahead and attach this incorrectly. And I did have to disengage the dual feed to get it to go on. You'll see quickly that it'll turn to red, indicating that an incorrectly attached foot is what it recognizes. So number 1, let's spin that baby around. Number 2, I mentioned there's a left and a right side. So depending on how and which side your zipper you are stitching down, you might have this to the left or to the right. When you do select a straight stitch, you will find you don't usually need to move needle positions, though you can. You can keep the needle position in the center for each side of the foot. So if I'm wanting to stitch to the right of the teeth and I stitch it to this fabric, I'm going to want to attach the foot kind of on the left side. So I'm going to go ahead and engage it and then also pull down that dual feed in back. You'll also see that it will show on the screen that it recognizes the foot correctly and I'm ready to stitch. Now, as you lower the presser foot down, you can touch the button, touch it again if you need to move it around oh so slightly. You can find yourself in the edit stitch area and adjust the needle position a little closer to the zipper if you desire. Otherwise, you really can just stitch it fairly close to the zipper teeth by leaving it in the exact center needle position. This is how it's going to look when you go ahead and stitch. If you want to set the needle to stop in the down position, so you can kind of work your way down, that's easy. I just keep the zipper nicely hugged up against the zipper foot. Another thing people do shy away from zippers is because they think they're hard. And honestly, with the right foot and honestly the right pattern, those directions these days are so much easier to follow. So usually you go and press that flat, and usually I want to top stitch that down. Now to keep the bulk of the fabric to this side of the machine, that's when you're going to move the presser foot to the other side. Then your needle will be closer to the top stitching area that you're looking for. And look, you won't even really have to change anything on screen. Just go ahead and move the foot to the other side and continue to stitch. If you're having difficulty getting the foot on, disengage the dual feed temporarily so you can lift that back up in there and then re-engage it before you start to stitch. That might give you a little bit more room to get it exactly where you want. Then you can just go ahead, top stitch really close to that edge for a nice professional finish. So remember, your included zipper foot number 4 is easy to use, plus the machine will make sure you never put it on incorrectly. I hope you'll check out all of our videos that we've done on the Pfaff Creative Icon 2. You'll find links below this video where you can watch all the videos from the beginning in its very own playlist.